Round 2. Ding ding. So yeah, we'll just give her a little choppy chop of the old leg there. Wherever's a hitbox is fine with me. That big old attack is nice because it takes it forever to do, so let's just get some powerful swings in. We'll draw over here a bit, I think. What the heck is that? Some sort of flop attack. She didn't even do that the first time before. And what are you doing now? Those swings again. And this time you went for the third, but we were too far underneath you. Lovely. Little drinky poo would be nice. And that's big globules. We'll just let it come over to us, I think. We're kind of getting trapped in the middle of a web of lava at this stage. But that's fine. So yeah, she's going down. That's a big old move. Luckily our shield is the Black Knight shield, and therefore we're blocking most of the fire damage that she can offer. Ah, someone's just rung her bell. Lovely. We must be close. Ah, big old explosions. Yeah, back this way I think. Please, lady. She used to be human once, which is why she's still a little bit human. Great evils were unleashed from what I remember. And they turned her and her sisters into monsters. And their brother. We might meet the brother at some point. But for now it's Kalag that we're worried about. Oh god, blobbed. Blobbed, lava, Doom. No, not Doom. Not just yet Doom. Nearly Doom. And do we ask this for safety? Yes. And then we kill her. Nice.
Victory!
Smooth. Soul of Kalag. Twin humanities. 20,000 souls. Lovely stuff. So let's go see what's beyond Kalag's room. A certain lever. This could come in handy on our travels. And finally, after many hours, we've rung the first bell of awakening. We've rung the one that you generally ring second, but the important thing is we've rung one of them. Just a few horrible stone bastards between us and the other one. Further illusory walls. And a chap.
Oh dear, what have we here? Are you a new servant?
Yes, we're probably a new servant. Even if we don't have eggs, we're still a new servant.
Better, I pray that you...
We're not actually a new servant. Get out of the way. I just want the bonfire, really. So yeah, this is another Chaos Witch, the Fair Lady. She is Oh, we've already got this bonfire. I didn't even have to light it. She's Kalag's sister. One of many. Can't really speak to her. But you can reinforce your Estus Flask, because she is a firekeeper. And we've only got the one firekeeper soul, I believe. Yep. And we could enter her Covenant, which is the Chaos Covenant. If you stay in it and you give her a bunch of humanity, you can get bonus rewards. And you can actually unlock a shortcut at one point as well. And of course you get the Great Chaos Fireball, so it can be a good Covenant for Pyromancers, I guess. But for now we have other business to attend to down this end of Blighttown. We're going to do a bit of what we did back in the Catacombs, where we advance into an area that you just don't need to go into before you've done the Bells of Awakening, but it can benefit you to do so. And so we enter the Demon Ruins. Does our equipment need a repair? Handful of souls needed. Oh, our armour can be repaired as well, can it? Suppose we better. So why are we in the Demon Ruins? The answer to that is that there's another boss down here that we could topple at this stage. And so we'll go and do that. Now you'll notice down there there's a lava. A lot of lava, so there's just a path that leads down into some lava. That's about it. That chap looks familiar. But over here we have a bridge, and the bridge leads to a boss. And it's kind of a gimmick fight. It doesn't have to be a gimmick fight, it is possible to defeat the boss in a straightforward fashion. We're going to get down there at some point. Certainly looks like an area we could reach. So yeah, you can beat this boss in a fair fashion if you like, but we're not going to do that. Who wants to do that? So still no sign of a boss, just more pools of lava. I'm sure he's around here somewhere. We're about to meet the brother of the Chaos Witches. There he is. Looks like someone we don't want to mess with. All told. I mean, yeah. Oh look, there's his face. His sad little face. He's kind of in a whole perpetual torment sort of thing. He's got lava constantly oozing from wounds in his body. It was part of the process of turning into a monster when all shit went down. And he's guarding a corpse with some loot. Ah, lovely. We've got ourselves some priestess gear and whatnot. And now we run like hell because Ceaseless Discharge has woken up. Yeah, we don't really want to look round at this point. We're not going to see anything that could make us run faster. What we're just going to do is head back to the Fog Gate. And eventually, old Ceaseless is going to come around the corner and realise where we are. And try and mess with us. He's not happy really about the whole desecrating the corpse of his sister thing, you know? It's a bit of a faux pas in some circles. Come on, Cece. And he does the big jumpy attack. And now his arm's available. He's just hanging onto this cliff with his arm, like some sort of weirdo. And if we hit his arm enough times, loses his grip, falls to his death. Another boss defeated. And with the end of him, There's no more lava being spilt constantly out through the demon ruins. Because he was the source of it all. Which means some of it can actually harden and settle. And we might have some new routes that we can take. Amazing. So yeah, lots more to discover now down in the lower parts of the demon ruins. However, I was just here really for the souls, and because we're in the area. So what shall we do at this point? Maybe we'll pop back and explore that tree a little bit. Could that hurt? I don't think that could hurt. Oops.
I told you.
Okay. This time we shall actually sit at the bonfire rather than just running straight past it like a big Egypt. Bit more strength. Is that enough for us to start using the Dragon King Great Axe effectively with 2 hands? It is. Oof. Those swings have got some meaning behind them. And that is a pretty special move. Nice. That definitely needs leveling up, I think. I mean, it's already doing 380. Whereas an Ethel plus 7 is doing 161. But I think Ethel's more useful because we're going to be fighting some crystal lizards. And to do this... Oh, it's us. But with a different shield. Nice. Yeah, let's just go and explore. See what we can find down here in the hollow. I don't know it very well at all. I know there's various points where you want to be dropping off branches onto branches below. But I'm going to be sensible and just stay on this main branch for as long as I can. Just to see what we see. Is that an illusory wall? No, it's not. Is that an illusory wall? No. Are there illusory walls down here? Who knows? Not me. But we can keep following it down. That bit's a bit precarious. And then that looks like a side route, but we'll keep going. There's a little room. What? That looks like a bloke. Looks like the shadow of a dead bloke. But there's an out there. Was there something above it? Yeah, I think there's a point there where you can drop in and do things that you need to do. So now we can drop from this one onto there and grab some fat loots. A chunk. Lovely. There's a lot of upgrade materials around here. And then whilst we're here, we could probably just roll off there. Was that a basilisk? That is the last thing that we want. Oh god, there's multiples. Oh geez, how are we surviving like 4 basilisks at once? Or 5 basilisks at once? God.
It'd take some kind of genius to count all those.
There is a reason for my fear, and that is the fact that they can curse you. If you get cursed, you lose half your HP, and you have to find a way to rid yourself of said curse before you can get it back. It's a horrible nightmare. pretty much at the bottom. And there's basilisks, because of course there are. There's at least one. Are there any others? Down we go. Okay, basilisk down. Good. He's got a present. The Eye of Death. Lord knows what that is. Yeah, it's probably not important. So, what have we got? We've got basilisks, we've got holes in the ground. And now we've got basilisks falling down holes in the ground. Which is good. Dead ones anyway. We don't want live ones to fall down there because we don't want to just pile up the number of enemies we've got to deal with. That is another ladder. Does it go all the way down to ground level? It does. That's the guy that got cursed. Whoops. And we're a guy that got cursed. Pisk. Purging Stone or the Healer in New Londo. Well, we're cursed, ladies and gents. This necessitates a change in plan. Once again, we're anchored at the Firelink Shrine bonfire.
Why, what a surprise. Oh, somebody rang the bell.
They did. It was.
You'll never give up, do we? Only one more now.
So yeah, that dude gave up a long time ago. But we persevere. We're showing him that it is in fact possible. Anything is possible if you believe and you've got a big strong axe. So I guess, yeah, New Londo Ruins does await after all. This time we'll probably send the elevator back up again because we're sure to die in New Londo a bunch of times. Like I said, it's not an area you have to visit until after you've rung the bells and come back later in the game. But we shall do so anyway because we're cursed. When life gives you a curse, make a big pile of dead ghosts. That's what I always say. So there's a lot of water down here, a lot of places to fall off and die. It's not ideal. It's possible we'll be able to do something about that in the near future. Yeah, let's see what all the fuss is about with these ghosts. They're kind of annoying, they sort of sneak up on you a lot of the time, they can float through walls, and they're generally a bit of a pain in the ass. But lucky old us, we are cursed, so we're able to deal with their shenanigans. There's a lot of nearly falling to your death around here. I mean, look at this. Look at this nonsense. An extremely thin wall, surrounded by death water on both sides. This better be a good treasure. Oh, of course, we've still got the wrong ring on. Never mind. Let's quickly pop back to the old Havel. Don't think it affects our movement speed. Yeah, this water's too shallow at that point. I think that way is just a precipice and then death. Usually is. In this area. But up these stairs is certainly somewhere we can go. And you lot can just all bugger off. They do love popping up behind you, these ghost buggers. I'm paranoid now on every bridge. Round every corner as well. There we go. I figured there'd be some in there. Oh jeez, I thought I had enough time to get away from him and then get the Estus off after that. I thought wrong. Or maybe this was all a cunning ploy to enable me to pop back and use my next Firekeeper soul. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. No need for that. None whatsoever. But we did it regardless, because Barry's a bad, bad boy. Just let me target you, Git. There we go. So yeah, we can take 2-3 hits maybe from these guys before we need to heal. Margins are a bit tight when you're cursed. Transient curses would have been a better way to go, but alas. So now it just becomes a case of remembering where they're going to be and giving them a quick bop. More curses? Lovely, so if we ever come back here, we're going to have ample supplies. Now, what happens if we charge in here? We aggro all the ghosts. All the ghosts, in fact. Bloody hell, that's like 6 ghosts. Tactical retreat. Sweet, that worked out a bit better. What's that lever do? It doesn't move, that's what it does. And okay. Now that's the staircase that leads where? Does this lead down to where I think it might? No. This looks like a trap. Yeah. And the parrying dagger, that's definitely a parrying offhand weapon for those of you that might want to parry without a shield for some reason. Round we go. That's you out the way. And a fog door. Wary of lightning. You got lightning? You're definitely stronger than the rest. I'll give you that. Not much stronger, mind. I think that one can drop a weapon, which allows you to hit the ghosts even when you're not cursed. It's pretty cool. Kinda sorta lost in this place. Oh yeah, there's the shortcut ladder, good. Kinda sorta lost, but not fully lost. Let's trigger the ghosty boy. What were you guarding? A soul. Nice. Oh god, they're in the floors as well. They're coming out the floors, they're coming out the walls. They're just the worst. Are you even coming out? Or are you just going to sit there and poke at my ankles when I walk through? Horrible bastard. Now are you going to do anything? There's a little ledge down there that leads somewhere maybe. Oh, thought you were a ghost. Turns out you're not, thankfully. Where does this lead? Doesn't look like it leads anywhere, so it's probably just an ambush. There's some ghosts. Are they trying to make their way to me? I feel like I should be cautious here. Yeah, they're sort of flitting about down there. They're not really achieving very much though. So, should be fine? Question mark? No, is this the... Oh yeah, this is the staircase where you can see Ingward. He's the chap that is going to heal us up, hopefully. There they are. Come on. Come back here, you shit. I've had enough of your nonsense. So let's see if we can't make our way to Ingward. I'm pretty sure it's horrible and there's going to be ghosts all over the show. Yeah, this room is just full of ghosts, I think. There are shortcuts about though, for those who are skilled in the arts of jumping. That's probably not me though. Oh, jeez. But we appear to have aggroed some of the ghosts from in there. I will take that. Are you gonna just come up onto my platform, you little shit? Come on. How am I supposed to murk you all if you won't come up onto my platform? Right. After much faffing about, I think we've got the initial honor guard down. I'm not going to try and make that jump just yet, because if I botch it, I don't want to have to go through all that fannying again. Let's inch our way through this building, nice and slow, nice and cautious. Because almost certainly there's ghosts about trying to mess with us. Ah, there's some. And mess with us they shall. So we'll take a quick sup. And that's 2 more down. Good. This is interesting, this area. I'm enjoying it, but at the same time, it's tricky. I see you hiding in the wall. Are you gonna allow me to mess with you, or are you just a decoy? You might just be someone I can't quite hit now. Never mind. Right, what was down here? This is the way that leads to that item. Which probably means horrifying ambush. No? A green shard. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't risk that crazy jump. Because that would have been a bit silly, but is this the building I need to be in to get to my healer friend? There's a question. And can you be hit whilst you're hiding in the ceiling like a knob? Probably not. Oh. One down, good. Gah. Yeah, I don't want to have to come back to this part of New Londo in the future. If we can at all help it.
Leave me alone!
But we've got the Curse Bite ring, which gives us an inbuilt resistance to curse, so the meter builds up a little slower than normal. I mean, if the curse hits you, you're still stone dead instantly. But it's less likely to. So it's a win. Now, be wary of ghosts. You don't say. We've cleared a bunch of them out, mind. There's one in there. There's one on our heads. Excellent. So that one in there might be guarding the way to Wingwood. So we'll just scoot about the edge a bit more. Right, so one in the wall. A screamer. Jeez. The screamer can get us through the wall. This is unfortunate. But at least we got her mate down. Oh god, was that a grab attack? You awful bitch. Drink, 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 drink. Oh shit, I keep walking into this sodding grab attack. Drink, drink, drink. Oh, you fucking, oh. Oh, you mother. Oh. Right, I think we've got rid of most of the entourage. We should be able to take on Screamer now. If we just deal with her first. That's probably the best bet. So let's just knock her off, and then we'll worry about any more ghosts that she summons. Of which there are pretty much not many left now, so that's just grand. And we did get the Jagged Ghost Blade, so we can now stab the ghost to death without being cursed, if we really want to. But for now we'll climb up and meet a new friend. Ingrid! Hey buddy. Nice robes.
Well, listen. It is a waste. My name is I'm an old but cleansing the breaking of curse.
So, we can have our curse broken for a cost of humanity, I see. And we can purchase items from him, transient curses and resist curses, all he offers. So I suppose we should pop a humanity. That should allow him to uncurse us, I guess. Have curse broken. Bam. Lovely stuff. We got any more use for you, Ingrid? Probably not.
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal!
You are no different from the rest.
Ooh. The keys to the seal. That sounds like a pretty important item, doesn't it now? Breaks the floodgates, which seal away the four kings. All sounds very ominous. So we should probably go and figure out what to do with that key. And we should probably also get some transient curses on our bar, because they're going to be pretty damn useful down here now that we're no longer cursed.
One eternity later.
Up here, perhaps. Have we been this way? Ah, this looks promising. Yes, this does look promising. The old lever there. The keys to the seal. Lovely stuff. We have unlocked Lower New Londo.
Brilliant!
And we can now pull this lever. Spiffing. I've never been to Lower New Londo before, so this should be an adventure. I don't think there's ghosts down there. There's just something else instead, which is a lot more nasty, probably. But at least we shouldn't have to worry about getting cursed. So let's go for a stroll and see if we can't meet one of these new enemies. Hello. Well, that kind of worked out. We got one parry off. How hard are you to backstab, you horrible man? Probably not that hard from the look of things. Sweet. So these are Dark Wraiths. They hit hard, they're aggressive. They sometimes drop chunks. This one didn't want to because he's a douche. And over there, we have a whole lot of wyverns. And the Valley of the Drakes. So that's another shortcut we'll be able to take at some point. We'll be able to go through the Drakes to get to here, to fight the Dark Wraiths, to get the chunks. This is all part of the grand plan. But let's have a stroll about, because I'm not that familiar with the area. We'll probably have a quick stroll about until it kills me. And then when it kills me, we'll go back to Blighttown and do some of that grinding, I think. So, stable. Messages. Danger zone?
I've been in the danger zone.
Doesn't look very danger zone to me.
Danger zone, yeah!
What happened to you, my friend? You were just fighting someone in this room and you got murked. Okay. Maybe it is a danger zone. Doesn't seem to be anyone interested. Nope. Loot. Ah, there you go. You're interested, aren't you? Are you the one who made this bloodstain over here? You probably are. Let's come and get yours and then we'll see what's happening. Oh god, that was way too early. And there's the backstab. Fantastic. Still no chunk. Sad face. You were guarding some loot though. It was the large soul of a proud knight. Spiffing. And is there anything else over here other than this fog door? No. What's in this fog door? It's probably not a boss. He hopes. It's not a boss. It's just another part of these ruins. Is that a Dark Wraith? That's a Dark Wraith. Oh god. That's what you get. That's what you get for trying to be cautious and clever. You get to fight two Dark Wraiths at once, and your life then becomes difficult. Unless you can chain backstab one of them like a boss. And then the other one grips you. Oh my god. My head. He is draining me. I feel very drained. Not dead though. Not dead. Just drained. Oh Jesus Christ, what was that? Thing that we want none of. There we go. Let's get you out of the way and then we'll have a look at what our friend might be. Oh, he's dropping out those little skull things, is he? Well, we don't want that. What are you? Oh god, you've got a tongue on you, I'll tell you that. So we can swing, we can wait for him to do his slash attack. Okay, the second one hit me, that's fine, probably. Yeah, this guy's fine. Ish. What's he doing? He's spitting out another skull friend. So were these in the catacombs at some point? Is that why there's skull friends all over the catacombs? Who can say? I'm not saying. I don't know shit. There's an item, which means we tread carefully. Because, yeah. Now, we could probably try and parry this dude. They are pretty parryable, I gather. But we're having success with the old backstabs. And if it ain't broke, then you probably don't need to fix it. So that's one ambush down. Is there going to be another? Large soul of the proud knight. That's lovely. And a flight of steps. Another large soul. Even better. Further loops. It's bloody loot frenzy over here. Crack red eye orbs. We can invade people. And there's another wraith. Good. They're always welcome. They're chunks on legs. And they're not very good at avoiding backstabs. So what are you guarding? Anything? At this point, I'm sort of just roaming and exploring. It's all a bit aimless, but yeah. You gotta work out where you want to be at any given point. So that just leads us back to here. So back to the start of the area. That's good to know. Seems to be some sort of treasure up there that we've not got yet. That's fine. Illusory wall ahead? I mean, it looks plausible. It's correct, yes. Ace. I thought so. I could see a pair of legs. Come on, friendo. Oops. This shield though is strong. He's kicking me and I'm just ignoring it like that bugger in the depths was doing to me. Love it. Now, what mad treasures do we have over here? A chunk! Okay, it's not mad treasures, but it's the one I was looking for. We will take that. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I was looking for down here in Londo. There is another ember that will be of much use to us, should we find the damn thing. I knew there was a reason for opening the floodgates this early. Let's head back into the old build-out. There's definitely stuff upstairs in this building. There's also probably dark wraiths lurking in some of these stables. If I remember that rightly from some of my Let's Plays that I've watched. There's nothing going on there. And nothing there. Unless there's treasure in there. No? No treasure for Barry?
Bummer.
Boo. Right, so yeah, there's one in that room. That's fine. Come on. Are you just gonna let me attack you? You're not even gonna try and stop yourself from showing your back? Take it. Humanity. Fine. And a flight of steps. Good. Is this the treasure we seek? Might well be. No, it's just a soul of a warrior. That's fine. It's a treasure we would have happily sought if we'd known that it was there. Further up the stairs we travel. Because the thing I'm looking for, here it is, I think. The very large ember. Theoretically now we can make Ethel a plus 15 Ethel, and she will be the strongest, bravest girl in the game. And the bell gargoyles will tremble before our assault. This is the plan, ladies and gents. Get the strongest weapon we can before we fight what can be one of the simplest and most straightforward bosses in the whole bloody game. Just because they made me a bit salty. They have now asked for this. And they are going to wish that they'd never asked for this. Oh yes.